But Iviwe, a very good morning to you. What do you think is likely to happen at the council meeting today?
A very good morning to you too, Leanne. In terms of what will happen in the council meeting this morning, when it comes to the Nelson Mandela Bay Metro, one can never be too certain. When we look yesterday, they had a council meeting in Tshwane where they also had issues in terms of adapting that budget of over 50 billion in Tshwane. And here in Port Elizabeth, it's a 12 billion budget. But there, the mayor then decided to adjust his budget to suit the interests of the opposition party where they were complaining. So maybe here in the Nelson Mandela Bay Council, we'll also see the same thing. But I have with me Ongama Mtimga, political analyst. But Ongama, I think most importantly, in terms of the constitution and not being able to adapt the budget, which seems to be a stressful factor for the mayor, Athol Trollip, what might happen? Will we see the metro go under administration?
Yes, so the constitution is very clear. When a municipality fails to fulfill any of its executive powers, including raising money or approving a budget, then the provincial member is entitled to actually intervene in that municipality, including dissolving council and putting an administrator to ensure that the executive functions of the municipality are fulfilled.
And then in terms of the political scheme here in the Nelson Mandela Bay Metro, opposition parties and the small political parties being game changers, do you might think that this is a political game, because we do know that the provincial government is under the leadership of the ANC, and there's been a number of motions of no confidence in the speaker, in the mayor. Do you think they're pushing for an administration?
So two things. Last time there was a situation like this, it had to do with infrastructure budget, monies that were going to be returned to the national treasury if the parties had failed to come to an agreement, and the ANC came in handy there to actually lend a hand to the DA. Now, in this instance, if it's just a matter of service delivery and disagreements about allocations, then we are likely going to see some reprieve today for the DA. But if the intention is the broader political intention to test the waters at an election early in this municipality, it just might not, whatever arrangements are made, might not make it.
And then lastly, the question of maybe seeing Athol adjusting his budget the same way we've seen in the Tshwane municipality. Is that a possibility to maybe try and address the issues that have come from the opposition party last time?
It is, if the intention of the opposition parties is merely, fighting for more allocations. Remember, the ANC has got more wards in Nelson Mandela Bay, so they have a justified cause in maybe fighting to have more of a slice of the cake. But if it's the underlying political issue of wanting to test the waters at an election, which might not be bad for this municipality, because you can't continue to run a municipality where you fail to have a majority. At least there should be enough majority for you to be able to carry your motions when the opposition's when it's deadlocked. We don't want to see something like the US where civil services end up not being paid because politicians are not agreeing to pass the budget.
Mr. Mtimka, thank you so much for your time. Well, Leanne, there we have it. In terms of what might come out of today's council meeting, Constitution Section 139 also playing a pivotal role in terms of if they don't agree to this budget, we might actually go under administration from provincial government. Back to you in studio.
All right, Iviwe, thank you very much for the update. We'll, of course, be crossing to Iviwe Poti throughout the day to find out what comes out of that council meeting.